side a little bit, but whatever. I haven't planned my session entirely. I have a general idea of what I want to do, and I've been warming up for a while, so there shouldn't be too much more warming up. And my warm up has just been doing solids presses, so that's been feeling good. So I actually want to mention that at the beginning, which everyone should write down all of your training that you do whenever you train, because it's the best way to assess and the best way to look back and remember what you've done. So no weight on the SOTS press right now. Still just using it as a mobility movement, and at least for the foreseeable future, I won't. I have two things that I added to the shed. Flip this around. So I added an Arkansas Razorbacks flag, which is where I'm doing my master's work at. And I suppose I'll just point out the other flags. So I'm looking at it, the Mount Union Purple Raiders. That's where I did my undergrad. Akron Zips, where I did a couple of college credits after or through high school. So post-secondary in my high school gave you some credits, or gave you the ability to get some college credits. So I used that and allowed me to graduate earlier. And I figured out how to get the flag up there. Now, I know the bottom right is kind of folded up a little bit, but that's just because the wood is flush with the wall there, so it just doesn't. So as far as like a normal lift, like if it's here, looks pretty American over there, but it's giant. It almost didn't fit on that on that piece of wall, so I almost got the wrong flag. Thankfully, it was pretty cheap, so it wouldn't have been a big deal anyway. And I could have figured out a different place to put it probably. If I really needed to move a different thing, I probably could have. But my ideas, a couple of different ideas that I'm thinking through for what I want to do with snatching, because I want to do snatch and some sort of clean and jerk variation. Really, both of them lighter variations, since yesterday was relatively heavy in both of them. For the snatching, I was thinking of maybe low hang, of high hangs, kind of going back and forth with them. Hit this. There we go. And I definitely want to do squats today, which I actually have some new wraps. They're just like my white ones that I have, but scratched myself. But they're new and they're red, and red's the best color. I actually scratched my arm. I have a little setup where I have some screws right there to hold my phone up when I have it set up for the actual training, and I just scratched my arm on it. But definitely want to do squats today since I did pulls yesterday. But as far as snatching goes, I've been thinking hang snatches, no foot snatches, power snatches. There's a lot of different things. I was even like contemplating a little bit of snatch balances, but it didn't sound too fun. So what I think I will do is waves. So I currently know that. So it's either going to be hang snatch above or below. And I feel like if I did a low hang snatch, it'd probably be a little bit better for me than a high hang snatch, or maybe I could just do 1+1 of both of those, which would significantly lighten the load. So I think that's going to be, well, no, that's kind of like a different of focus. I kind of like to have either one or the other. So because I want to do this session a bit lighter, what we're going to do is high hang power. I think that will be a good one, because I can't really go too heavy with that. So we'll do hang snatch above the knee, and honestly, we'll probably just go full. Hi, Daria. We'll just do regular hang snatch and not make it powers. And so we'll do 40, 50, kilos, 60, 70, 80, 90 will be the top of the first set, and then we'll drop down and do 85, 95, and then drop down again and do 90 and 100. That seems like maybe a little bit too much, but we will have to kind of figure that out as we go. So, and Daria, I don't know why you typed in all caps. You're a lot more excitable right now than I am. For clean and jerks, I'm going to do power clean plus push press. And we're going to go 60, 80. We'll do 1+1 with those. 80, 90, 100 on the first wave. We'll drop down to 95 and then go to 105 and then go down to 100 and then go to 110 for the last one. I'll give myself some general leeway with this session to maybe push up a little bit more, but I have a feeling that I'm not going to feel particularly great on those because I'm a little bit tired from yesterday's session. It took a while to train. You saw I went live trying a different video game today, so I spent a while doing that. Talking about weightlifting training. So I'm talking about the programming that I want to be doing today. So Olympic weightlifting training. So that's what I'm writing down here, the session that I'm going to be doing. And then, so after the power clean push press, I'm going to move on to doing back squats. Those won't be waves, those will just be straight sets. So we'll do 70, 100. Just say, we'll just go right to 140. And 160. And we'd like to do a 5x5, but we'll kind of have to play around with it and see how I'm feeling with my legs and whatnot. But with our knee wraps, we should be good. Where did I set the other one? I lost it. Oh, it's right in front of me. Yeah, with new knee wraps, I'm excited to use those. So, like I said, I've been warming up for a bit, so I should be pretty much ready to go as far as training goes. Looks like you guys are just gonna have a conversation while I'm training. But whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna start out with snatching and see how that's feeling. If it feels really bad, then I'll go a bit lighter, but we'll see how it's going with that. So I'm gonna get my phone plugged in and then start moving the bar a little bit. Since I've pretty much warmed up enough, gotta make sure it's plugged in so my phone's not dying. Professional soccers. You don't gotta listen to me. I'm just lifting. You guys entertain yourselves. I keep having this weird twinge in the hip. I don't know if it's like a radiculopathy or something, but it's like in my front like hip flexor, which is kind of annoying because it just like randomly twinges. But we're actually gonna put the knee wraps on while I'm at it. It's always nice. New knee wraps always feel fantastic. I just have to remember not to wash them, or at least if I do, to do like a super gentle cycle, because every time I put them in the dryer, they just get messed up. I probably don't follow the distractions. Oh no, it says 0 people are here, so I don't even know if I'm here. But actually, usually the first time I have it on, it usually is a little bit more slippery than normal. But then as I use them, chalk just kind of gets like worked into it a little bit, so then usually stays on a little bit better. It's weird that you both are still here because it says there's 0 people that are watching. So how do we can? Well, first you got to learn how to type, because how do we can communicate? That's bad. That's some bad grammar there, friend. That hurt my brain trying to read. Step 1, grammar. Try to read that. How do we can communicate? How do we can communicate? It hurts my brain. Oh. Did you type a new sentence? Well, I mean, it's only the bar. Did I get mad? No, that was only the bar, so that's 40, because it's kilos, it's 44 pounds. So this next one's going to be 40 kilos. So we'll be moving up from there. The heaviest I'll do in that movement is going to be 100 today, potentially, but see if we can do some waves. But this knee's kind of being annoying, but that's what happens when you're old. All right. Find my other strap. There we go. Oh no, I left my my SD card. I left my SD card in the house. I'll have to run and grab that. I'll load the plate and then go grab it. Alright, I think I have another one in my bag. Let me check. I usually keep extra. Should have one. It's just usually a smaller size. Think that's gonna work. All right. Yeah, because I make regular videos with these. I don't just do these live. Ooh, it's dark. All right. Sounds like you also have good grammar like he does. What you will gonna do? You guys are perfect for each other. My brain hurts reading both of your grammar. Just singles with this movement. I lied, I'm gonna do low hang snatches. Decided as I was doing it. So same idea, same weight and everything. Change it to blue. English is not so good. I mean, if it's not your first language, then that's a completely different thing. If you're a native English speaker typing like that, then that's not that good. Mr. Professional Soccers. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do more. But that was 40, so we'll just keep doing 10 kilo jumps as I move it. A little twinge there, but yeah, it's not too heavy. It won't be heavy for a minute. Do you guys know kilograms or pounds? What is your preferred unit of measurement? kg or lbs? Kilograms or pounds? I can't interpret the Stonehenge faces or the emojis. But this will be 50. I don't know, it's a trophy. Doesn't tell me anything. That's 50. I'll do 60. Oh no, I can't see any. Oh no, it's just a random trophy. Do you guys use kilograms or pounds? What country are you guys from? I guess that would also tell me the answer to that question. How do you guys measure weight? Oh, the country, not where you're from specifically. I also just want to know what you measure weight in. Do you use weight like pounds, like imperial units? Or do you use kilograms, like the metric? I don't care where you're from. You guys still aren't answering that. Kilograms or pounds? I don't know, Soccer, you're being kind of weird. What's up, Ken? Kasparik? Thank you, sir. Knees are a little achy, but why do you stop and don't play groups? I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't know what that means. No. So, Ken, I'm going to do for this, for the hang snatches, the goal is to do waves. So, I'm going to do this 80, 90, then wave down to 85, 95, then 90, 100. So, 100 will be the heaviest for this exercise. Then for the power clean push press, probably about 110. And okay, and back squats. I'm not really sure back squats yet. I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that. But yeah, so I'll do 80, 90, then kind of wave up and down a little bit. I did waves yesterday. I kind of liked them, so I wanted to do them again today, but with a variation instead of the classic. Not too bad. Low hang snatches are definitely the correct choice for today. They're like just slightly challenging. I feel like if I did the above the knee, I just wouldn't be thinking as hard about trying to do them right. But yeah, these ones are good. So do 90 now. This will be the top of the first wave. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm not really catching the bounce out of the bottom of the snatch. No, I'm using straps for these. But I'm kind of taking my time to settle before I try to stand up with them. For hangs, I always use straps. Yesterday I did hook grip, but with any sort of hang variation or really block variation, really any most variations, I'm going to use straps. I would tear my hands up so much if I was training every day without straps. That is for sure. That is for sure. Sure, okay. I'm actually gonna unplug and replug in my phone. Oop. Yes, sir. There we go. My phone wasn't charging, but sometimes it doesn't when it's when I'm live streaming. We're also going to turn the fan at it, which I found actually helps it keep it from catching on fire. So 90 was the top of the first wave, and so I went back down to what is 85, and so I'm going to do that, and then hopefully jump right back to 95. So lightweight, baby. It is. It should be light like this. I should be moving this perfect. Feels good. I'm trying to kind of throw the weight forward so I'm not dropping it on the same part of the platform every time. It's not really like me missing it, it's me actually actively throwing it forward, because I don't want to drop it on the same part the entire time of my session. But that was 85, so the top of this next wave, it's only smaller waves today, is going to be 95, so we're going to go to the Hello, Jake. I don't even know, man. Jake Dada. So 95. I made some Gatorade before I came out. I watered down a bit, and it was so sweet at first. I was not expecting it, but push-ups, I don't know, probably I would say the mid-20s, because I don't ever do them. So the biggest thing is the stamina I don't have, and then pull-ups right now probably like 12. If I was like 100% fresh and committed to it, probably like 10, because I'm like 240 pounds, so I'm not very good at body weight stuff, so I have to pull a lot of weight to do them. The most I've ever done in a set of push-ups was probably like 50 or so, when I was lighter and younger and actually cared about them. And then pull-ups was like 21 or 2, but 21 or 22, but I haven't done that in forever. I don't care about how many pull-ups I can do in a set. It's not really relevant, but I'm doing 95 now. It's a little bit forward, but really get it. Kind of want to look at that again. Not the cleanest rep. Went too far. just cut the extension off a little bit. Pretty easy to fix. So that's top of the second wave. So last one, go back down to 90 and then up to 100. So make sure I fully extend and I'll be all right. Pretty similar. Just got to finish better. Just got to commit to pulling it back. I'm just not. That's right. Got one more at 100. Top set here. Let me make sure I'm really trying to lock my left arm back. That stinks. Definitely felt like I could have done that. So we're gonna give it one more try and just try harder. I don't want to end on that miss, and I felt like I was close enough to get it. So one more try, more energy, more effort. Just got to commit to it. this so much better. Means I have to go up. We're gonna take a crack at 110 and see what happens. That 100 was so easy. Just being a goofball, not trying hard enough. Alright. Let's go with that done. Oh. See what that looked like. Oh, not too far. Oh, so much better. Slightly forward, but it's a really heavy percentage. Alright. So now, take a break. It's my, throw that charger up there. During my breaks, I redo my wraps. I'm actually going to turn this fan away from me so it just blows dust in my eye. But between exercises, the wraps get pushed down just from moving around. So I like to redo them, get them to chill out. Push press time, hard clean push press. Kind of in between whether I want to squat today or not. It's pretty late at night, but we know we want to do push presses, so I'll get those done and think about what I want to do next. one on. For the power cleans, I'm going to just use straps again. Give my hands a break for hook gripping. It make me have to stretch my shoulders and wrist a little bit, which is never a bad thing. Plug y'all back in as you look at my beautiful hand. There we go. All right, really productive. I mean, I missed the 100, but I just came back and tried harder. Just the key, effort. Big efforts. Spill my water, that would have been tragic. Whew. All right, we got 4 people here to watch me struggle with 60 kilos. Strap up even for this lightweight. Stretching felt good for my front rack, which is interesting. Usually that first clean when I'm using straps feels a little wonky, but there wasn't that much wonk. Time to 80. You got gains, put in the work. Brother, I've been training for 40 minutes. I don't want to carry a boat. That sounds unproductive. I'll do a push press though. Are there 8-kilo boats I can lift? I don't know how much boats weigh. If it's 80 kilos, I got it. do 90. Front rack mobility feels fantastic. So SOTS presses are really stretching out my front rack, which is fantastic. I can actually do like full grip cleans that are touching my shoulder. I don't feel like Chermekin, or however you say that Russian dude's name. My best deadlift is 305 kilograms or 672 pounds. Bench, I don't bench anymore, especially heavy bench. If I do, it's just for repetitions. But when I was bench pressing, the best ever I did was 150 kilos or 330 pounds. But I haven't done that in a while, probably more than 5 years, because I don't need it for weightlifting. Nor do I need to increase my deadlift, but I like doing deadlifts. 305 bench press. No bueno. Easy enough. So that's the top set of the first wave. So now I'm going to drop down from that 100 just to 95. Do 95 and then 105. I might have to load 105 weird. I might have to get weird with it. Do you like Mike Birch? I've heard of him. I don't know. Is he a powerlifter? I don't follow much powerlifting anymore. I think it's a powerlifting coach. He's yeah. I mean, I don't really don't have a strong opinion on him because I don't follow him on anything. I don't know what powerlifter most of the people who do powerlifting that I follow are people I know in my personal life. But as far as like big name people that are popular in social media, I don't follow really any powerlifting of any sort because I just don't find it. I see the list. If there's a big squat or deadlift or something, I see it randomly. I don't need to follow particular people, but I feel like I've heard of Mike Birch. He's kind of like a more like scientific, like well thought out person. I think if it's a person I'm thinking about, so I don't have certainly anything negative to say about him. I mean, I think if it's a person I'm thinking about, I think it's like a pretty well like thought out research person as far as the stuff that he puts out. Because I'm sure I've seen his stuff on Instagram somewhere. when you lift, you kind of get recommended all the lifting stuff. But 95 now. Now we gotta get weird low 105. But are you going pro? I'm not pro, nor do I get paid. No, when you don't lift heavy weights, I'm not lifting heavy weights. You gotta lift a lot more than I'm doing. Nor do I get paid from YouTube. I don't have not monetized. I don't have the watch time, so all this I do for fun. I have a day job. I have an actual job. Supposed to be 135. You retracted your message, so I couldn't see it. Pretty toxic. Right. So 105, and then we're gonna go down to 100, and then go up to 110. I felt like I saw another one. I am not wearing glasses too, so I'm quite blind. Best back squat's 520 in pounds. I always forget what it is in kilos, like 234 or something. Best front squat's 430 or 195 in kilos. I'm doing 100. What am I doing? I'm a phys ed teacher. It's be my 9th year teaching. 5th as a PE teacher. First 4 were special ed. So this will be a top set of push presses. After these, figure out what I want to do with squats. I definitely want to do some. I don't know if I'm going to do like a full 5x5 or something, but I think maybe I'll just hit this 110 at least and then move forward with there. But it's one of the tricky things when you're doing a normal session like this where it's not like super maximal weights. You kind of think ahead to the next movement before you finish this one, and this is like the top set that I need to have the most focus for, and like it's difficult to not lose focus because it's a weight I've done before. It's a pretty routine weight, but it's one that it is possible to miss. Like if it was 80 kilos, like I could strict press it, push press, jerk, and do it whatever I want with it essentially. I don't really have to think or be focused with it, but once you get to this, then you kind of think my best bench is 150 kilos or 330 pounds, which I did years ago because I don't bench press anymore. All right, 110. I only plan on doing 1, but 3 is better than 1, according to my calculations. Some might say 3 times, some may say 2 plus. 2 plus better, but that was good. Push presses are hard. Thank you, Troy. The third one I was really concerned I was gonna miss. Because I was like, I have enough strength, but sometimes when it gets to that sticking point, when it's like a press or a push press, it just dies and it don't go anywhere. But that's good. I don't think, I want to say I may have done it for a set of 5 before. Definitely 4. I feel like I've tried 5 before, but I haven't done a 3. I haven't done a 3 in a while, a triple. So now it's time to do squats, front squats from behind the neck, aka back squats. So we're gonna undo these knee wraps. They're really nice, but they do slide. Slip and slide. Oh, I'll put my old man glasses on so we can, so I can actually see my phone. It's not good being blind. It's not even a result of me just being old. I've been blind since the 7th grade. It's the first time I needed glasses or contacts. And it's all been downhill since then, which really is just my astigmatism. That makes it really bad. Flex wet, I only got muscles. Not a bodybuilder. I get that every once in a while, that, like, I should flex, like, flex what? Not a bodybuilder. I flex by lifting large weights, not by squeezing my muscles. You need to flex. I don't need to do nothing. I need to squat. I don't want to squat. I need to squat. I don't know what weight I need to squat, but I need to do some squats. So I guess I'm going to do some long-term planning thought about the next week of training. So typically I would do a 5x5 squat on a Monday or Tuesday, one of those days early in the week. So then the fatigue is dissipated by the end of the week. So if I wanted to have a heavy day on a Friday or Saturday, then my legs wouldn't be trashed from the squats. So I did a 3x3, I had 180 kilos earlier this week, and I did a set of 5 and 2 sets of 3, and so that gives me 11 reps, and typically I would like to get 25 total reps at a certain weight. So what I think I want to do is, I did 11 reps is to maybe accumulate 13 reps at 180. That seems difficult, and I don't really want to do that much, but it seems like that's precisely the thing to do. So get 14 reps. I don't know, maybe we just work up to 180 and then we'll just see how it's moving. See if I can do a set of 5 there, and then maybe just do 3 sets of 5 if I can. If I can't, then I can't. Like, just do 180 for a single rep. But I don't know. We'll have to see, because it's it's late at night, but I ain't got nothing to do other than squat and then eat. But maybe we'll just work up to 180 and then see how we're feeling with that. So I'll get you all back on the charger so my phone doesn't explode. I see my phone's charging. I don't know what my phone's at. Oh, it's at 45%. Alright, so it has been charging. We are vibing, we are chilling. Time to take the weights off. That's what we gotta do first. Bar is not loaded. Bar is ready to be loaded though. do want to try, so I bought some new knee sleeves from Hook Grip, so I kind of want to see how those feel. I don't know if they'll feel better than the ones I currently have. See if they're easier to get on. No, they're not. This happens when you have large calves. Oh, Nelly. They're definitely shorter than the other ones. So I wonder if that's the millimeter difference, is they're shorter. Compression feels pretty good though. We got one of my sleeves on. These ones are actually much better to get on, frankly. If I was putting my other ones on, they just wouldn't get over my calves at all. My large baby cow calves. Pretty sure I'm actually half dairy cow, unfortunately. It's rough. This is the hardest part, trying to get sleeves on. Sweaty legs. It's definitely interesting. So these are the 7mm ones from Hook Grip, and I'll have to see how they feel when I am actually squatting, but they feel more compressive, like in the middle. So I wonder if that's like the cross stitch design is a little bit different. If it makes them tighter in certain areas. But they're definitely, I wouldn't say definitely, they feel thinner than the 9mm ones that I have, but I feel like they're still compressing, which is what you want. So let's see how they feel for a squat. Definitely less than the other sleeves for sure. So I'm actually going to put my wraps on over it. But I think these ones would be good for using for snatching. Which that's the big problem with wraps. You got to like rewrap them and they slide around and stuff. But sleeves just stay on. Fine with these sleeves on, just with them, but I want to see if I can get to 180 and do at least most of the rest of the reps. I think at a minimum I would like to get to do 3 sets of 3 and get to 20 reps, and at most do 3 sets of 5. But I only did 1 set of 5 earlier this week, and I'm certainly not less fatigued than I was then, so don't know how that's going to go. So we'll double wrap it up. This will actually give me a ton of compression having both of these on. But nice thing with weightlifting, you can just kind of do whatever. wraps and stuff, you kind of just go buck wild. It's actually making this crazy thick. Maybe this is a strat for clean and jerks. I don't have to worry about hitting the bottom of it clean because I literally. You saw Bugger got me with my bar empty again, but about to add some weight for some scoots, back scoots. Bad. Now 70 kilos. When will I play chess? I don't know. I don't know if I'm playing chess tonight. I actually bought a new game, Out of the Park Baseball I was playing around with earlier. It's like a simulation. It's a really nerdy, boring baseball game. You don't even like play the actual game. You just like try to build a good team. But I don't know. Tomorrow's what, Sunday, so maybe tomorrow at some point. Who knows? But probably not tonight because I need to eat food when I finish. But yeah, that's the point of training, do different things. But you missed the snatching and the power clean and push press, hang snatch and power clean push press. But I did pulls yesterday, snatch pulls, so today's squats. Which I don't know why I wrote down to do 100. I'm just going to jump to 120. I'm much too lazy to do small jumps. So, 120. We don't need Josh. Josh is a clown. That's what I heard. He only does clown streams. Who's Josh? What? Alright, I don't want to know Josh. He sounds depressing. Oh, I hope it wasn't streaming his grandfather's funeral. He's a YouTube legend. What's his channel name? Or is it just Josh? Oh, I'm sure he's big. I've never heard of that. Never heard of him. He does protein stuff. I don't know. Unless it's Olympic weightlifting, I don't follow too much of it. I'm trying to think of probably the most non-weightlifting fitness stuff I follow is Jeff Nippard, Mitchell Hooper, Will Tennyson. Those guys. Those are good guys. I'm sure Josh London's jacked. I just never heard of him. If it's bodybuilding focused, I certainly have never heard of it because I don't follow that stuff at all. Sometimes. Thank you, Mr. Boats and Logs. We'll do 185. So I think it's like 407 in pounds. I may only just do one. I'm gonna say boats and logs essentially. But might just do one here. Might do 5. Probably not 5. Probably 1. Honestly, even if I did it for 1, I'd be fine with that because the squats I did earlier in the week were quite difficult. And softball girl. Alright, I'll let you guys guess. Am I gonna do 1? Any number between 1 and 5. How many reps do you think I'm gonna do? My shirt bellows up. I shouldn't be that. There's a fan right below it. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. How many am I gonna do? If I do more than 5, you need to. 4? Man, this guy hates me. 3? You're supposed to say 1, so I can just do 1. That's toxic. You're supposed to say 0, so I can do 1 and like look good. Not 3, 4. That's tough. We're gonna take the glasses off. That's toxic, frankly. I think 3 is realistic. I think that was 5. Took my soul. Oh. Was that 5? I can look at the video, but it hurt my soul. Whew. Sucks when every rep is difficult. It's sort of like rate of perceived exertion. It's hard for me to contextualize because like they all felt as difficult. No. I've never taken roids or anything. If I did, I would be squatting a lot more than 185. But no, the health benefits or health negatives of it have always made it that, like, you have to obviously pay money. It's really bad for your health. And what am I going to do it for YouTube? Like, there's no, like, I'm not a professional athlete, I'm not going to the Olympics, so there's not like an incentive to compete. No, just lift to improve upon what you have previously done and what you can do, because that's the best measure. Because the only reason you take steroids is to beat other people or to compete like in professional sports, and I'm not going to be at that level even with those with that supplementation, and I'm going to destroy my health. And even though I train now and it's like this is not the most healthy thing or the most like health optimized type of training to do, but certainly much better to do it like this than to destroy my liver and heart. And yeah, I mean, like, the only thing I've thought about as far as that goes is like the theoretical numbers that I would be able to do, but honestly, like, the thought experiment is enough. And if you watch the Olympics, then you've watched what's possible with supplementation, and if you watch Joe Schmoes like me, you see what's possible for 99.9% of people that train a lot. Where's your water? It's over here. It's actually Gatorade and creatine. But that's where my water is. So that was 5. I mean, I'm not flexing. I like Arnold and Ronnie, but Arnold kind of, like, physique-wise, kind of had that Greek god look that I always thought looked cool. But Ronnie was about lifting those big weights, so you can't really discount that. Ronnie got to the point of bodybuilding where they just look weird. the Arnold era, that was just better because they look more normal and they were built more like a Greek statue versus looking like a giant cow, which is a lot of the current top like crazy big bodybuilders because they just take a bunch of human growth hormone. We're gonna do another set though. I don't know. I really don't know if there's gonna be 5. So we're at least gonna do 1, and then if I feel like I'm dying, then I'll rack it. So we'll see. Yeah, 5 would have been impossible in that one. The next one would have been really bad as far as the speed and the technique. But if I think about the 11 reps I did earlier in the week, look like a good physics or math teacher. I'd have to know physics and math to do that. Pretty good at math, but when I was a special ed teacher, I did math. Oh, you look at the people that lift at the Olympics. They will take that weight and do the snatch with. So no, it's not physically possible for me to be at the Olympics. I would have had to be born in the Eastern Bloc and be given supplementation from a teenage age. That's how those guys get to the Olympic stage and lift those massive weights, is years of supplementation and hard training for many, many years, and that's just not possible. But this is 185, so like 407 in pounds. But what I was saying, I'm going to try to do another double here, and because I did a set of 5 and then 2 sets of 2, and that will give me 9 reps, and I did 11 at 180 earlier in the week, so it gives me a total of 20, which, you know, is a bit lower than the 25 that I aim for, but it's still, you know, it's approaching where the reps, and as the intensity goes up, it becomes more difficult to, you know, accumulate the same amount of reps. Yeah, I work in a public school as a phys ed teacher, but special ed was just mild to moderate, so I taught reading, math, writing, everything, whatever was on the IEP. But for both, it was elementary age. Now I'm K to 2, but my previous position I was 1 to 6, and then when I was in special ed, it was grades 4 to 6. All right. So one more double, and then we're gonna be done. But I'm surprised I actually got up to 185. Really surprised I did it for a set of 5, and just surprised I was squatting at all. But OW? Oh, nice. Sorry, I thought I said DW. So you can tell I'm blind. That's why I need the glasses. For the small letters and far away print. But one more double, and yeah, just regular double. when you're squatting for weightlifting, it's important to not just absolutely max out whenever you do it, but to make sure the technique is good, the speed is still there as much as you can make it, but mostly the positions are there. So I'm trying not to pitch over too much, trying not to strain unbelievably hard. Obviously, you do have to strain hard to squat a heavy weight, but I'm not trying to work so hard at a rep that it destroys me for the training I do tomorrow. But no, that was really productive. I was really happy that I accumulated 20 reps from between 180 and 220. Oh, I'll put my glasses on. Your diet for lifting. No, actually, I can show you the sleeves I use here in a second. But boats and logs, if you look on my channel, I made I think it's actually a playlist, but I went through like my whole lifting history. But no, I had these knee sleeves on, so they're not SPDs, they're lighter than them, and then I had knee wraps over top of them. But I do actually have SPD knee sleeves. I don't wear them anymore for the main reason that they're just too difficult to get over my calves. I have very large calves, and it's a catch-22 because you want them to be tighter so they help. But if I got like a double XL to fit over my calves easier, then they're gonna not really compress really hardly at all. So like the XLs, I have XLs, and I can, like when they're on, they're comfortable, but just the fight to get them on my calves, over my calves, is so unbearable. And I basically have to have like long training pants on to slide them up over it. Otherwise, like I physically can't some of the time. But main ones I use, ones I have on, I just got today. But these are other ones I have. So they're similar to the SPD as far as what they do, and they're 9 millimeters like they are. But yeah, these ones would be ones I'd wear if I was gonna like do a max squat or a heavy clean and jerk. They're really good for that. So yeah, they're definitely my they're reversed. They're definitely my preferred knee sleeve for like really maximal lifts. They're nice for that. The ones I got today are a bit shorter, and they don't compress as much, so they're kind of more like reband. I think that's the kind of feeling I'm getting from them. But honestly, I kind of like them because they're kind of like light knee wraps, the like red knee wraps I was using earlier. So they're kind of similar to those as far as like how much support they give. And for like snatches and stuff, you don't need that much support since the weights are light. So I'm not as, I wouldn't need as much, but the warmth is still there, which is the best thing of them, the slight compression and the warmth. Yeah, I know Sam Solik. I used to follow him. His videos just got too long for me, and honestly just got kind of bored watching him. Like, it's not that anything about his content's bad, but it's a 50-minute video, and it's just him doing bodybuilding, which it was interesting for a while, but I just watched so much other stuff that I was like, I just don't really want to fit in a 45-minute video of him lifting. I actually would like it more. So when I did watch him, I would just listen to the beginning and fast forward through all the training and just listen to the end. So I'd skip all the lifting part because I never really cared about the bodybuilding aspect. It's just kind of nice listening to him talk about, stuff that he's thinking about and focusing on. But no, I haven't watched him in a while. But he did, I have done some like mic'd up workouts and stuff, and that was kind of the impetus for trying to do that, was seeing, some of his content and going like, sometimes people just want to sit and, just watch lifting for a while, whatever kind of style it is. But I ebb and flow with my YouTube subscriptions, and that's something that I'd recommend for everyone. So if you subscribe to someone, don't subscribe for them forever, but only subscribe as much. Like, you don't force yourself to watch people's videos and to be consistent with them. Just watch it until it's like, all right, I kind of outgrown this, or I don't have an interest in it. There's been a lot of channels like that, and I guess it's something that happens more when you get older. You kind of just, your interest and the stuff that you have time to watch changes. Cardio, not really like dedicated times. Oh yeah, 100% out. That's the big thing. It's actually, so the big thing I deal with as far as like knees is not so much the actual joint of the knee, but it's the quad tendon above it that becomes inflamed from training or it becomes sore. So that's actually more like I thankfully don't have like actual like knee under my kneecap or patella or like really like knee issues. It's that area above, and that's just I just start like from squatting and doing all of these movements. I'm always in a deep flexion, so my quads are always getting tight, which kind of pulls on the quad tendon. And I'm sure it's some like quadricep tendonitis and stuff, but it's just balancing doing a session like this with not doing insane stuff the next day or just trying to do the mobility and stuff that's actually the biggest thing I found that helps with the quad tendon is not anything like directly for the knee, but trying to stretch the quadriceps and trying to work on those. Because even though my quads don't ever really get tired from training, it's more so my quad tendons. That kind of tells me that my quads are actually fatigued if they're tightening up and pulling on the quad tendons or making them sore. But as far as cardio goes, not particularly. The main forms of cardio, like really in the summer, is just yard work, but that's not really true cardio. During the school year, I get a lot more passive cardio. Being a phys ed teacher, I just walk around all day, so it's I get a lot of steps. So it's not like running or like steady state cardio, but as far as just like steps, like I get a ton of those. I actually get like sore feet at the beginning of the year because of how much steps I get in. It's just it's an unbearable amount at the beginning of the year, but then you build a tolerance to it. So eventually you build the tolerance to it, and you don't get sore from it, and you just kind of learn to manage it. In my previous job, still in the gym, but I would have a bucket that I would sit on, so I would be walking around most of the time, but if I needed to sit, I had a bucket, so I'm not literally just standing. Because like actively walking, I could kind of do that all day and be fine with it, but if I was ever just like standing in one spot, then that's when I kind of feel things kind of tighten up, and I didn't like that feeling. So I would have that bucket if I needed to like, all right, I need to sit down for a second, maybe I needed to write something down or whatever, and then I just had that bucket there. Because in a gym you don't really have like teacher desk. I guess you technically could, but I'm not trying to get that into the gym. We'll get these plates off. Oh, barbell maintenance, one of my favorite things. So don't want to leave weights on the bar when you're done training, because that's lazy for one. It's not organized. Not that you need to be hyper organized. You see plates are all over the place in here, but that, and also it's not healthy for the bar to have a bunch of weight on it just perpetually, because it does, gravity does pull down on it. Now, it's probably not going to be that much of a detriment unless you have like 300 kilos on the bar and you have the squat stand super close in and it's actually like bending, but it's enough on there where it's like something you got to think about. If it's just one plate, it doesn't really matter. But when I am training out here every day, I like to have a clean barbell, and I like to have obviously all the weights off because I'm going to start with the barbell. So as far as like quality of lifting, kind of want to have that all off. Always take 2 plates off on a side at a time. Take more than 3 off, then I think physics stops working. Technically, with some like screwed in squat stands, you can take more off on one side than the other, but with the free stands like this, ones that you can adjust the width in and out, then don't risk your face. And also, as a smart thing, even though physics should tell me that this bar won't shoot up, everything tells me in the world that it shouldn't shoot up. I shouldn't have my face right here as I'm taking it off, just in case gravity turns off and it shoots up into the ceiling. Because if I do this and it goes up, I don't die or knock myself out. Which would honestly be quite hilarious for a live stream, but not good for my face. With the 25 kilo plates, I always do one at a time. But as you see, like these squat stands, I can move them further in and make them wider. When they're wider, like a typical stand is in like a public gym, I don't know what the actual weight limit is. I have never done more than 2 plates at a single time. Like if you have 225 on, taking both plates, 45-pound plates off, but that's just because I don't trust physics. I'm an anti-science physics person. I'd be that person that like physics class where they have the ball and they start at your face and they swing it away and bring it back. I would just flinch every time because like everything tells you that yeah, physics works, but all it takes is one little thing to change and then suddenly what you thought was working is not. Now for the fun part of getting my knee sleeves off, which is absolutely terrible. Oh, the absolute worst part about having large calves. So I wonder if I actually have these on backwards, if they're supposed to be like this on the outside, because then the tag's on the inside. But like, I feel like aesthetically, they look better like this. And they have the emblem here. So, I actually don't think it matters. They probably work both directions. Interesting. Yeah, because some other sleeves, they're reverse. I think they're both reversible. I think they work in both directions. Oh no, my calves. They're large. That's the hardest part of training is calves. Getting the sleeves over my calves. But I think I'm going to not do more SOTS pressing at this point. I'm actually going to do some hip flexor stretching because I'm noticing that my hip flexor is kind of like twinging and I think it's connected to my lower back. So I'm feeling like I'm doing enough upper body stretching, and so I'm going to focus on doing some lower body stuff as far as mobility stuff, because I think doing some hip flexor stretches will just be good to do. And got nothing else to do tonight other than eat food, but get the barbell cleaned. That's the other thing too. You should always clean the barbell. Don't want to leave chalk on it because that leads to rust. No matter what barbell it is, you should always clean it off. So get a nice steel brush that bad boy off. But appreciate you all stopping by for the live stream, watching me struggle, and for the encouragement on my big set of 185. I really didn't think I was going to be able to do that, but you guys put the positive peer pressure on me to do that. So I'll talk to you all in the next video or live stream or whatever it happens to be. But have a good night, happy Saturday, and take care. Peace.